Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe my channel. It's Wednesday, July 30th, 2025, and Genoa City is about to be rocked. If you thought things were settling down, think again, because Thursday, July 31st on The Young and the Restless is bringing all the drama, heartache, and maybe even a dash of regret. Grab your favorite beverage, get comfy, and let's dive into what's coming our way. Chic on the rocks, the morning after the kiss. All right, Chic fans, let's talk about Sharon Newman and Nick Newman. We all saw that passionate kiss, right? The one where Nick, still reeling from whatever fresh hell he just escaped, put Sharon close and locked lips with her. It was intense, it was emotional, and for a split second, it felt like maybe our favorite long-suffering couple was finally going to get their act together. But here's the thing about grand romantic gestures born out of crisis. They often look a lot different in the cold light of day. Nick was injured, vulnerable, and probably running on pure adrenaline and relief. Now that the danger's passed and those supercharged emotions are starting to fade, reality is probably hitting him like a ton of bricks. Think about it. Nick and Sharon have built such a solid, beautiful friendship over the years. It's been their safe harbor, their constant. Stepping out of that cherished friend zone is a massive risk. It means potentially jeopardizing that deep bond, that easy comfort they share. Is Nick really ready to put that on the line for something that might have just been a moment of intense feeling? Y&R spoilers are spilling the tea that Sharon and Nick are going to have a seriously complicated discussion about where things stand. And honestly, our hearts ache for Sharon. She's been pining for Nick for ages. Even if she intellectually agrees that maybe they need to pump the brakes, deep down, you know there's going to be a pang of disappointment, a whisper of what if. This isn't just about a kiss. It's about years of history, unspoken desires, and the fragile hope of a future. Will they be able to navigate this without completely shattering their bond? We're on the edge of our seats. Victor's machinations, unifying the Newman empire. Speaking of Newman drama, let's pivot to the one and only Victor Newman. The mustache is on a mission, and when Victor's got a mission, you know things are about to get real. He's laser focused on Kane Ashby and is cooking up some serious strategies. Victor is all about family, especially when there's a threat from the outside. He'll be taking steps to unify the Newman clan, probably by reminding them who their true enemy is and why they need to stand together. This brewing fight isn't just a skirmish. It's going to be an all-out war, and Victor is making sure his troops are ready. Kyle's red flags. Jack and Diane's parental panic. Now, let's talk about Kyle Abbott, who, let's be honest, has been a bit of a hot mess lately. Jack and Diane are going to have every reason to fret over their son on Thursday, and honestly, who can blame them? Kyle is still an emotional wreck. Can you imagine being stuck in Nice with zero cell service while the love of his life, Claire, is back home mourning a tragedy like Cole Howard's death? That kind of isolation and helplessness would send anyone spiraling. And who is Kyle blaming for his misery? Audra Charis. His rage toward her isn't just simmering, it's boiling over. And that's what's really got Jack and Diane worried. They know their son. They know that when a vengeful obsession takes over, Kyle can go to some seriously dark places and get himself into a heap of trouble. Remember how he was with Tara or Ashland? When Kyle fixates, he fixates, and his parents are terrified of what he might do. But here's where it gets even more complicated for Kyle. How much is he going to spill to Claire? He's got to decide whether to tell her that Victor hired Audra to seduce him and break up their relationship. The timing, given Claire's grief over Cole Howard, couldn't be the worst. Claire's in a vulnerable place, and dropping this bombshell can send her spiraling even further. Then there's the inconvenient truth of how Kyle proved his theory about Audra. Let's not forget those half-naked encounters and lips all over Audra. It's a mess, and it makes Kyle look less like a wronged party and more like someone, well, who got caught up in something he shouldn't have been. This situation is way more complex than Kyle realizes. Will he have the good sense to hold off on revealing all the messy details to Claire, especially given her current fragile state? Y&R spoilers suggest that Kyle might hold off on some news for Claire as he comes home and tries to comfort her. It might be the smartest move he's made in a while for Claire's sake. Get ready for an intense day in Genoa City. Will Schick find their way back to solid ground, or is this the end of an era? How far will Victor go to protect his family? And can Jack and Diane pull Kyle back from the brink of another vengeful meltdown? You won't want to miss a second. What are your predictions for Thursday's episode? Do you think Nick and Sharon are truly over, or is this just a temporary setback? Let us know in the comments below.